Mike's One Marriage podcast.
Welcome to, damn it.
What was welcome to?
No, you already said it. I was just being silly. Will you let me be silly?
You're so silly. Look, we're silly. We're in our matching shirts. This is Dan's dream. I lost a bet, and now we're here in matching shirts.
Look at how similar we are. We must love each other.
We love each other so much. Oh,
We squeeze together. Yeah, squeeze.
Come in here, Jesus. All right, see?
That's really good. Oh my God, perfect.
Yeah, he loves themes.
Yeah.
And he wanted to get all themed out.
Minda hates matching outfits with me. She's embarrassed of our love, so she doesn't like to wear matching outfits.
I never match. I think it's stupid.
I think it's great.
Let me get ready for this.
I think people should know that we're married. We have a podcast together, so.
Well, I think that's how they know. We don't need to wear the same shirt.
No,
Maybe I can look more like lesbian, so like it's not quite so.
With it backwards?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. Confirmed.
Okay.
Like me and my sister match now.
Hey, you have a joke about being half lesbian.
I do have a joke.
So we're even closer than you thought.
Yeah.
We're one. We've turned into one. We're wearing blue jeans and the same shirt, and I tried to put the hat on to be a little different.
I wish I had a Roxy hat as well. That would be my dream, is to have the Roxy hat too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We're not similar enough, is what you're saying?
No, I want. Yeah, I don't know. I think we can do a little bit better.
You like a good theme. There's nothing more theme than us wearing the same shirt to the podcast.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm saying that we could even take it to another level where I wear the hat and your same wristbands.
Do you want to hold hands for the whole podcast? Like,
I feel like this is natural.
You can rub my foot like we do at the house. Do you want to rub my foot?
Yeah,
through the podcast?
quick footy.
Yeah, just give me a little footy there. That's what. Oh my God!
There's
I
people
won't
looking
even
through the door
remember the
when we did
podcast.
that.
So,
Terrible.
this is being filmed outside.
Yeah,
okay,
people think
well,
there's some weird foot fetish podcast now.
I want to start every show with a footy.
Okay.
Just like we're at the house.
We don't have
okay.
the lotions.
But so, I mean, okay, so we themed up not only because I lost a bet at happy hour, but also because Halloween is coming, and that's Dan's favorite holiday of the year. So we have a little issue. So we put it under Who's the Bitch, which is we talk about marital disagreements. I mean,
it says it on the screen.
It's like I'm doing a PowerPoint presentation at work where everything I'm saying comes up on the screen at the same time. You know that dumb biatch who just reads what she puts on the slide? That's me. That's why people pay me the big bucks. But nonetheless, I would say maybe it's not for my screen to verbal ratio, but maybe it's for my ability to transition in podcasts. Maybe that's why I get paid the big bucks. But it's Halloween. Dan loves it. I hate it. Stan won this contest last year, which I was really happy for him. And I did help support the cause by finding the costume, ordering it for him, helping him put it on, making him look his best. And then you won, what, $1,000?
Won $1,000 at the Throw Social Halloween costume last year in Delray Beach.
We have that video on Laughing Spree TV on Instagram. You can see a reel of Dan as Avatar winning. Yeah. It was a big moment because we didn't know when we were filming, but when they announced the winner, like confetti went off, and like it was kind of like New Year's Eve blowjob, but like for Halloween.
It's the height of my Halloween career, which is
illustrious,
extremely illustrious. But you know, I went up there, so. What happened was, so I'm in the Avatar costume, which Minda found online, and we'll backtrack in a minute to go through the history of Halloween from when it started to where we are today with it. It won't be super lengthy.
Okay.
So Minda actually found the costume online, the Avatar costume.
Well, some biatch was trying to price gouge me on Etsy, but the dumbass put the product name and number in the description. And so when I Google searched it, I actually found the manufacturer, sidestepped the Etsy person, bought it directly from them for half the price.
Minda always gets a great deal.
Yeah, I'm all about them discounts.
But what happened was my first costume, because I always do something tall themed. I was going to be the wrestler Kane, but I bought the costume and I thought, and this is bullshit because Kane in real life is like 6'9" or 6'10", so he's a big guy. So I thought, oh, the costume's going to fit me, and I'm 6'7", and I got it, and it did not fit.
No, it didn't fit at all.
And I thought Halloween was ruined, but then Minda stepped in, found the Avatar costume, a cosplay costume, so it was legit.
Yeah. It was a big bucks. Like it's like where people make the big money, but I didn't have to spend the big money to get the costume because I sidestepped the middle person, got it directly from China.
Yeah. And we weren't quite sure we were getting into it for sure until it arrived. Put it on.
It was good.
Like the beginning of the month.
Good.
We had it weeks early. We had to buy a couple accessories for it, but mostly we had just about everything.
We had everything. It came with everything.
We had to build the pouch and stuff. Or
a couple
we used
things,
it from
but
the Naked
it mainly came with almost everything.
But so we had
so many accessories.
Tried it on. It was great. The mask was so tight onto your face that when I put it on, I mean, it almost about peeled my skin off. Because
it was like
a
latex thing that zipped up in the back, so it like sucked onto his face, which made it look really great. But at the same time, he said he couldn't really breathe.
I couldn't see or breathe or hear in it, but it looked.
But that's what wins you the $1,000.
But that's what it takes to win Halloween costumes contests. So so we put it on. We decided to do like a sort of friends, everyone going out.
Yeah. We got a group.
We got a group together. Everyone met at the house.
We
Probably about 10 deep and friends.
Yeah.
Like
we rolled
comedian
in.
Friends
We rolled
and
in
stuff.
at Throw Social. Yeah. It was a big group. It was a little older than the rest of Throw Social. Yeah. But it didn't matter because we
were looking like everyone's at Throw Social and everyone's like dressed all hot.
Yeah,
and,
slutty
like,
nurse. There was a lot of like
up.
slutty Barbies. Oh, so many slutty Barbies.
A lot of slutty Barbies because right after the Barbie, and then I'm dorky Avatar in the corner. But the thing is like people were coming since it's such a good costume. The whole way I'm walking down the street, people stop me like to take.
Took a lot of pictures.
Take pictures, and when I'm at
with
Throw
their kids
Social,
and shit.
People would come the whole way across and just kind of rudely like hand their phone to one of our friends in the group to take a picture of them with me. They would be like, "Hey, take our picture," and they'd be like, "Okay." And then we heard there was a costume contest going on, but I thought it was much later on in the night. And so I'm standing there, and then our friend Gio goes, "Oh, the contest is starting now." And I'm like, "What?" I thought it was starting
He didn't even
later.
know what was happening. I was getting drinks or smoking weed.
Yeah, I was told
I wasn't even there.
It was much later. So then and it's very crowded there, she pulls me through everyone, and I can't see, so I bash my head pretty hard off of something that's hanging down on the way to the stage. And they're supposed to kind of like introduce you and call you up to the stage, but I said, fuck that. I just walked right onto it and just walked onto the stage. And then, so they're going around to everyone, and there were some pretty cool costumes up there. And they're like, "Hey, give it up for this one, give it up for that, and then give it up for Avatar." And then I got a good reaction. I put like the knife up that I was holding and did like some.
You did a good act out, a big act out, but you were getting lost in the crowd. On that stage. He was getting lost in the back.
And here's the thing that actually they told me to get off stage, and I didn't do it. And then the guy just was kind of just like, fuck it. And then it was like he narrowed it down to 4 or 5 of us and didn't really make me get off stage. So then they went through all of us again. And when they got to me, I got the biggest reaction. And then they were like, "Okay, we're going to decide the winner," sort of drum roll. And then it's like, the winner goes to Avatar. And then like all this confetti came down, and, they, like everyone was like cheering. And then they later on that night gave me $1,000 and then like sent, the video that they took, and then our friends took some too. So
No, it was super cool. I mean, definitely
awesome.
a highlight of your Halloween. Like, so I'm like the pushy wifey, and in the crowd, I could tell in between the rounds, he didn't know what was going on because you couldn't hear.
No,
You couldn't see. So I went up on stage, and I didn't know he was even cut. I pushed him to the front. I'm like, bro, just go.
Yeah.
Just be Avatar.
Yeah, because I got in there late and I didn't know what the rules were, so I just kind of just.
So we
wasn't sure what to
steamrolled.
do.
We steamrolled the competition.
Steamrolled it, and that's how you do
That
it.
VHS camera didn't have nothing on you.
No, no, there was that guy should have won. That was like a really cool costume.
He didn't, and walked away with $1,000. We paid everybody's tab. It was pretty dope.
It was awesome. And the thing is, Minda still hates Halloween.
Yeah, I hate Halloween. I don't dress up for that.
But Minda, because I won that costume contest, and I also won second place at my costume contest at work, so I won even more money.
Yeah, he's making money off of that.
So then we went to the big leagues.
Well, so this is the thing. I don't really like Halloween at all. I think it's super stupid, and I don't like to dress up in things unless it's like regular clothes. So like he was Avatar and I was like a scientist, which I just had to wear like a lab coat. Or like when he was one of the wrestlers, I
was the Undertaker. That was a good
I was
one
just
too.
a referee. Like when he was Sideshow Bob with all the makeup on his face, I did Bart Simpson and just put like a ski hat on that had like a Bart Simpson like
very
head.
minimalistic.
It was super cool.
Bart Simpson, but
like,
it was cool.
I ain't really trying to be on that Halloween tip. Like that ain't me. I ain't trying to dress up. He loves it.
Loves it.
And so this was the first time in our relationship where I was like, yo, I can make money off of Halloween. I didn't know Halloween was a revenue generating opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Like I had never viewed it that, so I wanted to take him out on the circuit.
Well, that's not what it's about. It's about the art.
It's like if he's gonna win $1,000 in a local Halloween show, can I take that Avatar costume all over the state and go to places like Naples and like Fort Pierce and like places where they don't even have good costumes and hit like $1,000 in every spot? Now that's the kind of Halloween I have.
Yeah.
But he won't wear the same costume twice, which is a big issue
That's
in our
blasphemous.
relationship.
That is not part of the art of Halloween costuming.
He could be Avatar every year, and we could take a new city. But when we brought him out to the big leagues, I got to be honest. So we brought him out to the $5,000 contest in Fort Lauderdale, where people showed up. Like one person was like the Zoltar machine.
Oh my
from
God!
Big,
Yeah,
like
yeah. People
he
on
didn't even make it
stilts,
past the first round. If we're being honest,
No,
like I love
no,
you, but
no.
you didn't even make it past first round.
No. I mean, still got some cheers up there, but like there was some people up there that must have spent months on their costume putting. I mean, they were just next level. Like mine was good, but like just a cosplay outfit compared to these guys that build out these big elaborate things.
Yeah, they're like acting and doing like weird shit. Yeah, the Zoltar
one
person
girl
had to be Zoltar. Somebody was like dead people, like dead
one girl's
Victorian
like rain
people.
clouds, and the rain clouds like lit up or something. She might have been Storm from X-Men.
Yeah, that's
but
what
then
it was.
Also,
it was Storm.
But then she had like rain clouds.
Yeah, she had all the clouds
and
the clouds lit up, and he was like in his like Avatar unitard. With the mask, and I didn't feel like the kids gave you a lot of respect.
Kids gave me a lot of respect.
But the adults didn't give you any respect.
I took a lot of, and this, I don't know, this sounds creepy. I took a lot of pictures with children that night.
You did.
I almost had to pause before I just went right into saying that because it sounds creepy. But there were a lot of kids that were so excited that like they acted like I was like the real Avatar, like I was a celebrity. There were kids that go, Avatar, and then they would have to come over and get a picture with me, and like this one kid just runs over and just grabs my leg, and he was just so happy to get a picture with an Avatar.
It was like a moment. So you made kids happy. You didn't win a prize there, but you had already copped
I won something more.
like $1,100 between the two contests.
I inspired their youth, and is there any bigger prize?
I mean, you're really living your best life. Just like when we watch, we call it For the Love of TV, what we're watching on TV. And I love that. We watch, I've been checking out Gypsy Rose. And you are living your best life like Gypsy Rose was at that Halloween costume contest.
I was. I was living a Gypsy Rose. No, you can compare that to Gypsy
No,
Rose.
I could totally compare it to Gypsy Rose because
no one died as a result of me.
She had to be in a costume of a wheelchair her entire life before she made it big time in prison with her 2 husbands and the nose job and having the baby, or she's trying to get pregnant. I don't know what she's doing, but she has like a book and she's merch.
Yeah.
Gypsy Rose has merch. She got it all. And it was like, I didn't know she was like, when I started watching the documentary, it's like, you don't think Gypsy Rose
has game like that.
Exactly, but bluffing in that wheelchair for her whole life really gave her some game. Like, she's running through these men who are just throwing a life of whatever she wants at her.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like you're living the Gypsy Rose life.
No, I mean, she got a guy to murder her mom and then was just like, boring, on
who
to the
is
next
that type of charisma? Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Like, someone murdered your mom, then you got someone to like pay for your shit while you're in prison, and she was like superstar in prison. Like, people gave her mad props in prison. I don't think she got hated on. So she was like running the pod and shit.
You
know,
can't just break up with that guy though. Like,
she did. And she broke up with her fat guy, and then the fat guy gave her a bunch of stuff, and she got her nose job, and then she left the fat guy and went back to the guy from prison because she can do that because she's Gypsy Rose. The world is at her fucking hands.
Yeah,
now that she can walk, she can do anything.
She's this generation's Anna Nicole.
She's like the Simone Biles of the handicap. Like, you don't think she's gonna make it through. She has like a dizzy thing. Oh, she might die, and then boom, wins a bunch of Olympic medals.
Yeah, she always comes through.
That's right. I was inspired.
Yeah.
Not you, huh?
I'm not as big into Gypsy Rose as you are. I mean, I appreciate her early work as far as like, doing a Daniel Day-Lewis in the wheelchair, and you
like the like Make-A-Wish Gypsy Rose.
Yeah, it's her, My Left Foot, which is a Daniel Day-Lewis movie where he was in a wheelchair for the entire time, and he's such an impossible method actor that he would not leave the wheelchair at all during filming, and they would have to move him around. And it's a pretty famous story about him. So that's her, My Left Foot, but it's way longer and way more committed.
It's like when Jim Carrey became Andy Kaufman. Like,
yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Okay, he's doing that level of method acting.
Yeah. So I can appreciate commitment. That's why I like her early work a little bit more. As far as her newer stuff, it's all just like, oh, who am I dating? Like,
Well, I'll watch anything because not to like get into happy wife, happy life.
Where we discuss things that Dan had to do that he hated.
I don't even know. This should be like more of who's the bitch. I feel like this is like an issue we're having. Hold on, I gotta take a drink.
Can you just put up all the logos at once?
Yeah, put up all the lower
put up
thirds.
all 4 logos at once so you can't see us.
He's saying that I'm watching Gypsy Rose because I'm just a procrastinator, because I have a lot of procrastination issues right now. We're like, I don't know, 5 days away from my taxes being due, my corporate extension. Like, there's an extension you can take, and I'm at the extension deadline. And my tax guy did call me last week and say, yo, bitch, you're at your extension deadline. I need your shit, like, immediately. And then
our tax guy doesn't talk at all like that, for the record. He doesn't say
no, he was way nice about it. His name's Stu, and Stu
go, yo, bitch, we're that W-2 slut.
That's just what I heard. He was just really like, hey, Minda, I'm just checking in with you. I'm going on vacation next week, and your taxes are due, and you're the last out of 2 of all my clients who hasn't sent in their stuff yet. Yeah. But like, so. It's not like I don't do my taxes, and that I do them, and I do them legally and correctly, and I love the government and all of that. But like, I just don't like to be on a personal time constraint on when I'm going to give the government my money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if I'm already giving them my money, it should just happen whenever I have time to set that paperwork up.
You're playing chicken right now with government fines, is what you're doing. You're
Well, I'm
really,
definitely going to get fined. I'm just kind of saying, like, instead of doing my taxes, doing a universal trip and then going into a sold out weekend with next day of, we had the day off and we did a bunch of happy hours. And while we were funductive and I completed this amazing logo that you guys see, I didn't get my taxes done while we were at the Marriott using the pool.
there are definitely times where you could have done them.
I definitely could have. I mean, if I'm thinking about the last week since I talked to Stu and he told me that I needed to do them immediately because he was leaving, I definitely have had moments where I could have done my taxes, but instead, like Gypsy Rose was on.
You didn't have to watch Beetlejuice twice.
But you want to see it next week in the theaters. You want to see the two, and I had to be prepped because I didn't watch it as a kid.
That's more important than
exactly.
taxes. So
like
I think that's in the preview.
Dan really he says it's like I'm procrastinating.
You do procrastinate. It's I mean, like no one I've ever seen. I mean, we're at the tax. It's the tax extension, which like drives me crazy. You act like this is April, like this September. Like,
well, if y'all don't know, if you get an extension on your corporate taxes, you have 6 months.
Yeah.
Ish.
I think most people know in Florida.
Okay, well, yeah, nobody really does their taxes. I feel like more people are like me than they are like you.
Well, that's mostly why people tune into this, is for tax tips.
I don't know who's there. I mean, I don't think anyone's tuning in for tax tips, but I think they're more like me if they're from Florida, that they're really not abiding by tax law per se, or we're open to taking the penalty fees just to do whatever we want on our time.
A lot of people do the extent, like when I do my tax joke on stage and I like, hey, who did their taxes? A lot of times someone will say, no, I didn't fucking do them.
So this is my culture, is what you're saying. This is just part of my Florida roots, native culture.
But they still do them eventually.
Well, so do I. Every year I do them eventually. I just haven't done. But it's kind of annoying because Dan is like kind of looks negatively upon it. He's like, oh, why don't you do taxes yet? Why don't you just do it? Why are you wasting your money? But I was going to my chiropractor / acupuncturist, Dr. Steve, and
/ life coach.
Yeah, and he was telling me that it really wasn't my fault. Like he was saying it's not about procrastination. I shouldn't be so hard on myself, actually.
What's it about then?
He says that I'm way more intelligent than most people and I think on a different level. And because I'm thinking of so many things at once, it's really hard for me to focus on one mundane task at a time because I'm so expansive in my thought process.
So you laying on the couch watching Beetlejuice and eating ice cream is because you're so smart.
Yeah, that's what Dr. Steve says. And, you know, like I didn't really want to believe it, but if Dr. Steve says it, then it's probably true because, you know, he's really in tune. Like he feels my pulse and he can tell me what organs need to be addressed. So
I know. Well, we talked about this
really
on another one. No, I know. He told me my tongue sucks. So
Dan won't go back. But after me and Dr. Steve got over our initial hump of understanding each other, it seems I'm here for bigger things than my taxes. So like me not really focusing on taxes is what he's saying is like, I just need to do a better job of like meditating on one thing.
Yeah. Well, it drives me crazy. Like I almost get like anxiety from you not doing things because you not doing your taxes doesn't really affect me.
No, we file separate. Like, it's like we're not married at all.
So like it doesn't really affect me
on paper.
But it's like me, I don't like to have things lingering out there like that. It just drives me nuts.
I love when things linger.
You do.
Like I like things to linger for a long time so we become one.
I have to pay things off immediately.
Not me.
It's I don't know. It's just how I am. I have to. Yeah.
Well, that's why that Home Depot card is all paid off.
It is. I could never even think of the idea of a tax extension. I hate that it even exists.
I extend like everything, my personal, my corporate, my other corporate, my nonprofit. We extend till the end, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
I think I'm the only one in America paying on student loans.
Pretty much. Yeah, no, I'm getting those forgiven. We may or may not work out. We're technically married but separated. So on paper for Nelnet or whatever the loan is now. And Who knows how this is going to work out in the future? But I will tell you
That's tough
this.
to pull off with a podcast.
No, we can still hate each other and do a podcast, even with the logo.
Probably would make it more interesting if we hated each other.
I wish we
We'll have
had.
to
Do we
work
have
on
like
that.
a news story about people hating each other? I was looking at like, are you looking at your phone or whatever Ben wanted to change it to? Like, what are you looking at, or what are you reading?
You really have given up on the segues now. It's like we broke your spirit.
There's too many. I can't keep up with it, and now
Yeah.
that it doesn't.
So
say,
the other day, I'm reviewing current events.
No, you're not. You hate current events.
All right, it's natural segue. All right, we're here. Let's talk about it. Which one? All right, the Oscar.
Okay, I think Florida was ranked recently the most fun state in America by something called Wallet Hub, which seems totally innocuous and paid for. But as a Florida native, I'm here for it. I feel like we are super fun.
No
and
journalistic outlet.
I
Wallet
can
Hub.
buy into this. I mean, if you want to go to https://
That's a Florida website.
floridadaily.com/Florida ranked most fun state in America by Wallet Hub.
Yeah, if you want to go to floridasgreat.com where they did their rankings, it said that Florida is the most fun state.
So it was a link that came up on my algorithmic curated Google feed, and we're going to pretend it's real because I do think Florida kind of is the most fun state. Like, first of all, I know we're like way post-pandemic, but I think we can all agree that pandemic and certainly soon after the pandemic, all the way through 2023, Florida was the most fun state.
It was. I thought that article made a lot of brilliant points.
Of course.
And a lot of why you should subscribe to Wallet Hub. I thought that they said that it has like the most bars. They mentioned there's a ton of bars. There's a ton
Things
of
to
like
do,
theme parks.
outdoors, theme parks.
Yeah,
we know about that theme park life.
It has everything. You can see live sports, you can go to clubs, you can go to comedy, you can go to theme parks, you can do outdoor things. The only thing it doesn't have, because it's flat, is there's not like, unless you go to more like North Florida, where there's some of this, like the hiking and stuff like that, there's no like cliffs.
Yeah, there's no elevation.
Yeah, there's no elevation.
From Orlando south. Every park you go to is just you going through like a desert of swamp.
Yeah, it's a lot
swamp desert.
A lot of gator themed activities.
Yeah, well, you like gators. Remember we
that
went
I
to the
do.
gator place? You talk about that still.
Yeah. That was awesome. You fed them and they all swam over.
You see, so it's like we run shows, sold out ones for Don't Tell, but some of the other times you see people, it's a struggle for them to get people out because there's so much going on, like the amazing sold out Don't Tell shows. That we're running from 595 North all the way to Fort Pierce. That's us.
A lot of subtlety in this episode when it comes to the plugs.
This is integrated marketing.
I know. I believe I coined that term.
No, you did not coin that term. You didn't even know about integrated marketing until you met me.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're doing what we can in the most fun state, and you're saying like even because it's a trash paid for website, it's not true.
No, it is true. Like I said, I thought that they made a lot of great points on the fact that Florida has a lot of eclectic things that you can do, and the weather is basically always good. I think that an argument could be made that California might have more things that you can do,
but more restricted. And a lot more homeless around you.
A lot more homeless.
Like you gotta beat off the homeless
you.
when you want to go to the parks in LA, right?
It does. That's part of it. You got to get your
How do you go to
homeless beaten stick with you.
A Target on Hollywood Boulevard without having to sidestep a couple tents.
Well, that's just LA. All of California is not like that. But the thing with I would say that there's an argument that maybe California would be the most fun, but California does get cold at certain points. But depending on where you're at, like Northern California has, you can go skiing there. They have ski lodges and ski resorts, which means it comes with, so the pros and cons there. But Florida is my favorite state.
Well,
But
yeah, you came from Pennsylvania. There ain't nothing going on there.
yeah,
It's
and
like a lot
I
of history and like breweries.
yeah, and a lot of the woods and Amish and stuff.
White people,
But
lots of white people.
yeah, I mean, but Pennsylvania has its pros, but yeah, Florida is my favorite state. I think California is very good, but yeah, I prefer for
And we
Florida.
do a lot of fun things here.
It's more affordable here than say like California. California is
Or
hella
New York.
expensive, or New York,
Or
And
even
New-
maybe even Chicago. You
Yeah.
know, like in certain like these key cities, you can come down and do non-Miami stuff and just do South Florida, and it be while still price gougy, not as terrible, you know, in comparison when you know all the shit you get to do here.
Yeah,
You know,
fishing. We didn't talk about the whole fishing culture and all of that.
you don't know anything about fishing.
But
You hate
people love
fishing.
that. No, I don't at all. But that's a big part of why people love to come down here.
Well,
I
we
wasn't going
love
to
to-
give fishing tips.
So we live in Del Rey, and there's Atlantic Avenue by us, and I don't think we have a lower third for this, but at the end we sometimes talk about a Minda Minute. It's things we do over the weekend, and we love hitting all of the different happy hours in Del Rey, and we recently did Monkey Bar, which it's actually like a combo Mindan Minute in the sense that we didn't just go to Monkey Bar, which is a monkey/jungle themed bar inside of a hotel
Yeah.
right across the street from the beach on A1A in Del Rey. But we also like to go there because I have personally over time procured a few of their pool towels. So when we go into the hotel, we sling a pool towel over our shoulder. We hit the Monkey Bar. We get the frozen/banana flavored drinks.
It's all banana
liquor
flavored
drinks that we
drinks,
love,
which
right?
I like. I like when someone commits to a theme, especially when, based on what I talked about with the bartender, not always a popular drink mix, which is banana for drinks. Like, how many banana themed bars are there?
I don't know. At the Monkey Bar, I feel like there's like 20 banana drinks there, right?
That's like all it is.
From like a
They're all
banana old
themed.
fashioned to a banana margarita to a banana colada, all the way to like a banana vodka martini drink.
Yeah,
Daiquiri.
there's
There's everything.
The monkey business, which is that's what I had. Which
Yeah,
is,
he
which
did
is
have the
quite
monkey
good.
business.
Yeah.
So we go into the Monkey Bar, and this is like what you all need to know. And if you live by a hotel, like in walking distance or biking distance of your home that has like a private pool situation, what I would encourage you to do is go inside and steal 2 of the private pool towels like we have done. And actually over the years we have 6, and we have both colors. So no matter what day it is, we're prepared with the proper pool color towel. But we walk into the Monkey Bar/hotel with the guest towel slung over
Yeah.
our shoulder, and look at us. We're just like a couple of white people.
Yeah,
right?
it's like Oceans 2.
Yeah.
Where
We're just
two
a
of
couple
us-
of privileged white people staying at the hotel, apparently. And we get our Monkey Bar drink, and then we head out to the very nice hotel pool on the beach with the jacuzzi.
Yeah.
We did some night swimming.
We did some nights. That was awesome. We did a lot of night swimming. It's right by the ocean too. So that was cool.
How did you get the towels?
So
I took them
Yeah,
from,
I mean, they're
from
just sitting
previous
there.
visits.
Oh, so you stayed there once, or
No,
never
we
stayed
just
there.
stole them because
Oh,
we
wow.
go there a lot. Yeah, thanks, Ben, for asking. No, I've taken the towels. So we have frequented this hotel/public pool on the beach for almost a decade. And over the decade, I've collected 6 of their pool towels. 4 blue, 2 yellow.
So if
So
you
you
wanna
never know if
come-
there's going to be yellow stripes or blue stripes when you get there, but we come with one of each, and we look like a guest.
That's awesome.
And they
That's
never
awesome.
stop us, right? And then look at us. We definitely pay for the drinks that we buy at the pool and at the Monkey
yeah,
Bar.
I don't even know if they would care because, like you said, we're always buying drinks anyway. So it's like, why? It's not like we're being disruptive.
Couple of good-looking, accomplished white folks sitting by the pool.
Yeah, and
Who doesn't want
we
that
look
for their?
like we belong there. I look like I could have some money, but not a lot.
He always talks about being from Chicago, which is weird because he does like this fake Chicago accent that he doesn't need to do and talks about a state that he's never really been to before.
Well, if anyone were to overhear us, I want them to think that we're staying there. So
that's his cover. But no, it works. And I think, like, kind of coming to a close with this episode, we've had a lot of themes that have happened. We've had like our t-shirt theme. We've had our Halloween theme. We have our monkey bar themed bar that then takes us into the pool area that we're not supposed to be, but we make our own.
We do. That's your Floridianness has passed on to me there.
Right? I make you like not care about authority at all?
No, I don't. I didn't when we were in that pool and I had gone bananas at the bar. So that was part of it too, where I was pretty drunk when we went to the pool, but I didn't care at all about the staff or getting caught. I just thought, hey, I don't think anyone cares about anything anywhere ever.
Nope, that's the Florida motto.
Yeah.
Like, unless you're killing, we're just chilling. Like it's we don't care.
And we're gonna wrap on that and do our promos. So
2 mics, 1 marriage logo. Wow. Okay, follow us Instagram, 2 mics, 1 marriage.
YouTube,
Laughing Spree Studios, 2 mics, 1 marriage. You can find us under both. It's all the same channel because we don't have time to run 2 channels.
No, we do not.
Dan Long Comedy.
Dan Long Comedy. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and I don't really do much on YouTube.
Yeah, he doesn't care about anything else. So if you go to 2 mics, 1 marriage, we're going to be posting our entire tour that starts in October and goes all the way through July of next year. So follow us and keep checking that page for all the dates. You can see us do stand-up in person. Or if you're like, you know what? I'm not buying into those motherfuckers 100%, but I like some comedy. You can always come out to one of our Don't Tell South Florida shows. We produce all the Don't Tell shows from 595 all the way to Fort Pierce. So if you come out to one of those, unless it's one of our tour nights, you're going to see us.
You'll most likely see us. Get your tickets. They normally sell out, though. So
it does, and it'll be sold out within like 2 days of the show. So if you don't get your tickets before that, you're probably fucked. But we come out to one of our tour dates then.
Come see us, please.
Please love us.
You'll like us.
Please like us. We're dressed the same.
Yeah, we're the exact same now.
This is what Dan wanted. 2 mics, 1 marriage, podcast, comedy, sketches. We got it all.
We have everything. Woo! Yay! Episode over.